introduce you to visiting American Canyon Wolves. The Wolves are coached by assistant coach Jeff Hansen and head coach Matt Brown. And now the starting lineup for the Wolves. Leading off, playing second base, number 5, Dylan Brown. Batting second, pitcher number 7, Royce Hall. Batting third, designated hitter number 12, Mason Harris. Batting fourth, third baseman number 4, Andre Lopez. Batting fifth, catcher number 10, Noah Johnson. Batting sixth, center fielder number 2, Sohan San. Batting seventh, shortstop number 14, Cole Goloff. Batting eighth, first baseman number 15, Mike Terrell. Batting ninth, right fielder number 3, Matthew Schmalley. And playing left field number 6, Jason Taylor. If we could get the American Canyon Wolves to line up on the first base line, that'd be swell.
And now the starting lineup for your varsity Trojans. Batting first, third baseman number 3, Rowan Ball. Batting second, center fielder number 9, Dalton Deadman. Batting third and catching number 24, August Cuneo. Batting fourth, first baseman number 6, Quinn Guidemore. Batting fifth, left fielder number 18, Arlo Pendleton. Batting sixth, pitching number 7, James Dole. Batting seventh, designated hitter number 35, Jack Pattison. Playing right field number 16, Drew Gracie. Batting eighth, shortstop number 5, Ryan Landry. And batting ninth, second baseman number 10, Dom Fontana. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else. All are welcome to this American Canyon Wolves baseball broadcast where they are currently in Petaluma, California. The home team will be the Petaluma Trojans, who are on a dominant 15-3 record so far into the season. The Wolves are 9-11, but they are doing their best to cling on to the final spot of the Vine Valley top 4. Currently, Justin Siena is 1 game behind them. It's a beautiful 22 centigrade, 72 Fahrenheit day, Tuesday, that is, April 29, week 18, 2025. My name is Coach Rosal, and we will be providing the play-by-play commentary. Leading things off for the American Canyon Wolves will be Dylan Brown, so he stands in the batter's box. Dylan Brown is having a very impressive year this year. In 73 plate appearances, he has 15 hits and 6 RBIs. That's great production for the top spot. Highlight of the stat line is 12 runs. He will be followed by Royce Hall, So Dylan Brown steps into the box. He's the leadoff batsman. Just in case the technical difficulties got in the way, it goes Brown, Hall, Harris, Lopez, Johnson, Som, and then Goler, Terrell, and Schmaling. The first pitch from Jack Dole is on its way. He's going to start from the stretch. He kicks, and a called strike early at 15:57 Pacific Standard Time. Now the 0-1. Brown's going to show bunt. He's going to foul tip it into the glove of the catcher, Cuneo. It's now 0-2 very quickly. Not a bad idea from Brown. Brown's got a lot of speed. And if the Wolves can find a way, as they say from the dugout, to get the leadoff batsman aboard, that opens the playbook for all of their possibilities. Now he's going to swing, hit it to the other side to the second baseman, Fontana, who has it and secures out number 1 here in the top of the first. So Royce Hall now is going to stride to the plate after Brown is retired on the 4-3. Hall, a left-handed batsman. He's going to take the first pitch high. And the 1-0, low, 2-0. Looked like a changeup, as Hall signifies. And he tries to check up his swing, but it's going to be a called strike. So, 2-1 is the count for Royce Hall. Dole sets. The kick and the 2-1 is up and in. 3-1 is the count now. And the pitch from the Trojan is going to be swung on and skied the shallow center field. And the Wind carrying it and making the catch for out number 2 is the center fielder Deadman. So that ball had some carry to it. The wind is blowing out here in Petaluma, California. Last year, the Wolves had a very miserable game here in terms of the weather. It was cold and dark and cloudy, some hints of rain. So this is a much better outlook, but still windy. Here's Mason Harris. Nobody on and 2 out. First pitch is a called strike at the top of the zone. The 0-1 swung on and a low topper again to the second baseman Fontana, who gets it on the run and gets out the jogging Harris. He still has that hamstring issue. So that's going to end the top of the first. The Wolves go down in order as we head to the bottom. Welcome back to the Wolves baseball broadcast. Still a 0-0 ball game here in the bottom of the first. The batting lineup for the Petaluma Trojans will go Rowan Ball, Dalton Deadman, August Cuneo with Quinn Guidemore in the cleanup spot, and then Arlo Pendleton, James Dole, Jack Pattison, and we rounded off with Ryan Landry and Dominic Fontana. The defensive alignment for the Wolves will go Hall on the mound, Johnson in the squat, Terrell over at first, Brown is at second, Lopez at third, Goler's playing short, and the outfield from left to right, it will go Taylor, Som, and Schmeling. The first pitch from Hall is on its way. He's going to wind, kick, and it's going to be a bit low. Great pitch, just at the bottom of the zone. So, 1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff batsman, Rowan Ball. Jersey number 3, starting third baseman, very well built. Ball on the year in 53 plate appearances. Now in his 54th, he's going to pop it up, and Johnson makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. That's been a tough play for Johnson, so he stuck in there and made a fantastic out. And he had the battle of the sun. and the wind all in one. So a much harder play than it looks. That's going to go down as a P2 for the first out of the bottom of the first. First pitch misses for ball one. Looked like a curveball that was a bit too outside or a bit too high. But now the 1-0 to the lefty is going to be swung on and sliced foul. This is Dalton Deadman, jersey number 9, the starting center fielder. Made that great catch to get Royce Hall himself out for out number 2 in the top half. Now he is going to watch ball 2. 2-1 the count now. And a warning for a home plate umpire. He just shouted ambiguously, knock it off. I'm not too sure who he may have been speaking to. 3-1 now is the count. Interesting matchup. Hall and Dole, both starting pitchers, wearing jersey number 7. Baseball, a repetitive enough game, you start to look for the most obscure patterns. Now that high pitch is going to be taken for ball 4.
Now batting for your Trojans, catcher number 24, August.
So the first base runner of the ball game is a walk. That puts 1 on and 1 out for the third slot, August Cuneo. Cuneo this year, in 66 plate appearances, has 30 hits. 52 official at-bats. That's good for a .577 batting average for this young man. Very impressive. Performance from the senior. A big reason why this team is 15-3, believe it or not. Hall with a very good pickoff to first, but diving back safely is Deadman. Shout out to our technical director, Rio Rosal, for catching that play. He's always on top of every pitch. Doesn't let one get by him, not even the pickoffs. Here's the pitch. The runner goes. It's a ball. The throw. Safe. So a stolen base for Deadman puts him in scoring position. And the heart of the lineup now has the table set. We'll see if they're ready to eat. 1 ball, no strikes. And the wind picking up, if you do see the camera shaking. And that is a beauty, painted right on the outside away corner for strike 1. Hall just does an exquisite job painting the corners. Now the 1-1. Same spot, same call, 1-2. Just immaculate. No other description for that. That is the perfect location. Now he's going to come set. And he's going to miss outside. That's a good waste pitch. 2-2 now the count on the outside curveball. The 2-2. And a batsman's full house. Cuneo worked it full after being behind 1-2. The payoff pitch swung on the ground to the second baseman Brown, who's going to go to third, and they got Cuneo in a rundown. Deadman. Cuneo is going to find his way to second. The rundown still going on, and safe at third. And safe at second is Cuneo. So a great play from Dylan Brown. He caught the runner, Deadman, that was on second in no man's land between second and third, and they just couldn't get him out in the rundown. And in the melee, Cuneo finds himself on second. Not the position you want to be in for the cleanup batsman, Quinn Guidemore. So Cuneo's going to reach on a fielder's choice. And he's going to make it all the way to second. 2 runners in scoring position. And some immediate traffic that Royce Hall is going to have to work around. Guidemore on the year in 50 plate appearances, has 14 hits. That's good for a 280 batting average. He has 9 RBIs, as well as 8 runs scored. There's a chance for RBIs number 10 and 11 here. Hall trying to do everything he can to prevent that happening. 2 on, both in scoring position, and 1 out for the cleanup hitting batsman. First pitch is low for ball 1. Swing and a line drive off of second base and into center field. 1 run scores. The second is going to make it standing, and it's 2-0 off of the RBI line drive off of the bat of Quinn Guidemore. So Arlo Pendleton, the 5th slot, jersey number 7. Is going to take ball 1, the right-handed batsman. And that ball's going to get away from Johnson. It's to the backstop. Moving to second base is Quinn Guidemore. So 2-0 is the count. James Dole, the starting pitcher, waits on deck. Still only 1 away here in the bottom of the first. The Wolves need to win this game in league play. They're 4-4. Justin Siena right behind them at 3-5. That one is a called strike. Should they drop this game and Justin Siena win, there would be a tie for the 4th and final slot in the Vine Valley Conference. Only the top 4 teams can make it to the playoffs. Or perhaps I should say the tournament. Three balls, 1 strike now to Arlo Pendleton. And a beauty of a strike. A pitcher's full house after Hall was down 3-1. And the payoff. Line drive left field. Jason Taylor has it and fires it in. But it's 3-0 now, as Quinn Guidemore easily comes around to score off of the RBI single. That was just a scorcher of a line drive. Right off the end of the bat. It's the type of batting practice line drive that they teach you to do in practice. So James Dole takes strike 1. Hall's going to set and pick off to first. Diving back is Arlo Pendleton. Line drive, right field. That's going to be a base hit. More right center. Som retrieves it and fires it in. 3 singles in a row.
Batting for your Trojans, designated hitter number 35, Jack Patterson.
The designated hitter in the 7th slot, Jack Patterson, takes the box. And he's going to swing at the first pitch and send it to left center, and that's going to split the outfielders. It's going to drop, and it looks like everyone's going to stay put. The base runners didn't know if it was going to be caught or not, so Pendleton on that deep fly ball is going to stop at third. Joel's at second. And for the 4th time in a row, a single puts a runner on first. Ryan Landry now. In the 8th slot, has the bases loaded. And this has been a long inning already for Royce Hall, who isn't doing bad. It's just that the first run of the game surrendered was a walk, and that's always going to hurt. It was Dalton Dedman in the 2nd slot who walked after Rowan Ball popped up to the catcher, Noah Johnson, and that's been the only out so far, was that pop-up. So Ryan Landry now. Bases loaded, 3-0 ball game in the bottom of the 1st. Royce Hall is going to pitch, and out in front early was Landry for strike 1. It looked like a changeup or something. Landry must have been sitting fastball right off the bat. Great deception from Hall. Now, that one is going to be high. Even it up, 1-1. The 1-1, low, 2-1. Landry's batting .270 on the year with 5 RBIs. 10 hits in 37 at-bats. And Hall finds himself 1 strike away from being 1 pitch away. Crucial pitch right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded with 1 out. Here it is. In the air and out of play. No windshields were harmed in the making of this broadcast so far. The wind's picking up here, even though the sun is crystal clear. Well, it is partly overcast now. Skies are still blue off in the distance. 2-2 the score, or the count remains, is 3-0 the score is. And swing you later. Hall gets the bases loaded strikeout.
Now batting for your Trojans, 2nd baseman number 10, Dom Fontana.
Well, every batsman in this lineup has taken a trip to the plate now. Here's the 9th slot, Dominic Fontana, the 2nd baseman. He's going to pop it up right side of the field. Brown is calling it off, and Brown secures out number 3. They limit the damage, but it's 3-0 as we head to the top of the 2nd. Welcome back to the Wolves baseball broadcast. We're here in the top of the second inning. 3-0, the Petaluma Trojans lead the American Canyon Wolves. The cleanup batsman for the Wolves now at the box, Andre Lopez, jersey number 4, the starting third baseman, still facing off against Jack Dole. The Trojan pitches and misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 is low, 2-0. The Wolves made contact on every out last inning. So they aren't seeing the ball today. They just need to find some holes. Now Dole's going to step off. The temperature quickly dropping here in the top of the second. The 2-0, high, 3-0. It was high and tight for Andre Lopez. And there's strike 1 on the outside corner. Dole, on the year, he is a senior. 2.77 ERA. He has a 3-1 record in 11 appearances. 2 saves as well on the year. 37 strikeouts. That's tied for the second most on this Trojans team. That's in 30 1/3 inning of work. Now the 3-1 swung on and the grounder to the third baseman, ball. The throw across the diamond is in time for out number 1. Well, the Wolves are doing a good job. They're making this Trojans defense work for it. That's the 4th ball in play. But still nothing to show for it. Here's Noah Johnson in the 5th slot. Nobody on and 1 out. The first pitch to Johnson is a called strike. Play was made about even with the bag. Savon Som now. Jersey number 2, the starting center fielder. He's had some action today out on the field. And the first pitch, good swing, but it looked like it jammed him just a bit inside. A little in on the handle of the bat. Strike 1, good healthy swing from the center field. And no matter the point in the season, no matter the score, you can always expect a lot of encouragement from the Wolves dugout. That high and tight pitch clearly amused the bench. It's low and away, 3-1. In the shortstop position. And he's clearly proven why he's placed. Goaler's been very sure-handed in that shortstop position. And batting as well. He is hitting, if I can pull it up. He's batting .300 even on the year. 15 hits in 50 at-bats. So a very great outing for the junior. Now he's going to tap that one to the shortstop. The only play is at first, and that's going to end the top half. 3-0, the score remains as we head to the bottom of the second. Johnson, who executed the catcher's pop-up dance perfectly in foul territory. It was up the third base line. The wind carried it that way. Now the first pitch against Hall is going to be a curve. The mound and hurry of the throw. I don't even think it would have been out had the throw been accurate. It was off of the glove of Terrell. And Roland Ball stands on first. First after laying down that bunt. First after laying down that bunt. First pitch to August Cuneo is fouled back. So out number 1. So Quinn Guidemore. Pop-up. Could it be Goler? It is. Goler gets all 3 outs himself. And that'll be it for the Trojans. Still a 3-ball game as we head to the top of the 3rd. Welcome back to the Wolves baseball broadcast. We're here in the top of the 3rd inning. Mike Terrell in his first at-bat of the ball game. He's facing off against Jack Dole. And the pitch is going to be a called strike. Low and in. Great paint job from Dole. And both these pitchers today have just shown immaculate pinpoint precision. That's the point we are in the season. They're just locked in. And the 0-1 is outside, 1-1. Looked like a pitch with some arm side run that got away from him. Now Dole kicks and unwinds, and that's going to be a little tapper up the line. Dole fields it, throws it to first, and secures out number 1. Tough play, but Dole fielding his position excellently. Gives a good feed to his first baseman, Guidemore. Now here's Matthew Schmeling with nobody on and 1 out. Always love to see a pitcher who can field his position. That's going to undoubtedly help college scouts evaluate his talent. Now the pitch from Schmeling is going to get fouled. 0-1 is the count. The 0-1 in there for strike 2. In case you didn't hear it, that was Jackie Gracie on the mic here for the in-stadium announcements. There is a Tootsie Pop up for grabs if that foul ball is returned. Here's the 0-2. Ooh, good job from Schmeling to even make contact with that one. It was a waist pitch, low and away, and Schmeling really showing his bat-the-ball skill. Stays alive. He finds a piece of it. Now he's back in there with the same count. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The third baseman, Paul, is playing at the grass. And the 0-2, it's in the air. The right side of the field, and that's going to drop right in front of the right fielder, Gracie, and in between the second baseman, Fontana. And that's the first hit of the ball game for these American Canyon Wolves. That just barely made it to the outfield. And Schmeling wins the battle very impressively. It was a flare that found a way. Dylan Brown now trying to capitalize on the first hit of the day. He's going to swing and send a line drive, just foul. Wow, that was hit pure. Square in the sweet spot. And it hooked foul. That was fouled maybe by less than a foot. But 0-1 with 1 out and 1 runner on. And Brown, in his last at-bat, grounded out to the second baseman. So, his second look of the day against this pitcher. Jack Dole on the mound, now sets after checking on Schmeling at first. Schmeling's got good speed. Ooh, and that's going to hit Brown. Much to the amusement of his teammates in the dugout. You can count on him for that. So 2 runners on and 1 out. The most traffic the Wolves have been able to put up all day. And Hall now at the box with a chance to help himself, the starting pitcher. The first pitch to Hall is right in there for strike 1. And Hall gonna take it upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Good eye, good take. Hall didn't like the changeup. Neither did the home plate umpire. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. The 2-1 from Dole. Swung on and in the air. It'll be the left fielder, Pendleton, who secures out number 2. And that was struck well. A few paces in front of the fence. But it won't be enough. Here's Mason Harris. 2 on and 2 out now. First pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0, low, 2-0 to Mason Harris. Harris also grounded out to the second baseman back in the first inning for his first at bat. Now he's going to hit a line drive through the infield. And it looks like Schmeling is going to score the first run of the game. The throw gets away a little bit from the third baseman ball. But Mason Harris puts the Wolves on the board. It's now 3-1 off of his RBI single. So Schmeling's going to score the first run of the game. It's Brown who's over at third. A pair of snake eyes for these Wolves. Andre Lopez now. With 2 on and 2 out. A little check swing, but it's not in there. Good take. Good take from Lopez. It's ball 1. Lopez is 0 for 1 today. He's looking for his first hit after grounding out to the third baseman. Lopez is going to take the 1-0 for strike 1. Harris over at first. He's not able to run. He's got that hamstring issue. He's still able to swing, though. Undoubtedly. The 1-1. Line drive. Base hit! Just past the glove of ball at third. And Andre Lopez has made this a 1-run game here in the third. Harris, you may clog things up. He's at second. Lopez with an RBI and a single. Back-to-back outcomes for the Wolves. Here's Noah Johnson. 2 on and 2 out. The tying run on second. He's going to swing and foul it off. Johnson foul tipped into the glove. The 0-1. Ooh, it's going to hit him right in the left shoulder. That was as square as it gets. It rolls all the way up the first base line like a bunt. That's how hard it hit him. So the bases are loaded for Savon Som. And the catcher just takes that one like a champ. You just see the way he grimaced in pain as he's jogging. He's hoping that 90 feet is enough to relieve some of that pressure, but it doesn't matter how fast it is or what level you're at. Taking a leather baseball to the shoulder flush like that is no fun. Savon Som with the bases loaded. The tying run on third. The go-ahead run on second. Some more insurance at first. Jack Dole in a situation, but he's 1 pitch away from getting out of it. 2 away here in the top of the third. 4 walks on the year. Here's the 1-1. In there for strike 2. So, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Jack Dole. Lopez moves to third. And Sam is going to swing through that one. But the Wolves tie it up. It's 3 apiece as we head to the bottom of the third. The first pitch. Again, if a parking spot at the baseball field looks too good, it is. Don't take it. And that ball rolling into an empty parking spot, bouncing really, I should say. Glad to see that piece of baseball wisdom was observed by one of the parents. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and a line drive to deep center. But Sam and say goodbye. It's over the fence, and quickly the Trojans have regained the lead. It's now 4-3 off of the bat of Ryan Landry. That's not too who's beginning his 4th inning of work. And that pitch is low. One ball, no strikes is the count. Here's the next pitch. It's going to be tapped to the shortstop on 2 hops. Tough play, and he's going to eat it. And some speed on the base pads now could threaten this 1-run lead that the Trojans possess. So Goller with an easy infield single. Forward athlete standing on first. So Terrell fouls off the first pitch, and he waits for the 0-1. Here it is. Swung on and missed. He was way out in front of. He can 1-2. That was a strike to first, though. Great pickoff from the pitcher, Jack Dole. Diving back safely is Cole Goler. But Goler, he's going to be a threat on the base paths. First pitch to Matthew Schmeling is going to be swung on and missed. It was upstairs, and Schmeling couldn't quite catch up to it. Up and away for ball one. Now here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. It was foul tipped, really, into the glove of the catcher Cuneo for out number 2. So here's Dylan Brown, who is 0 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch back in the third, and he scored the second run of the ball game. Now he's got the tying run waiting on second. 4-3, the Trojans narrowly lead, and the first pitch to Brown is a ball. Dole sets. The kick and the 1-0. The runner goes. The throw down to third, and they got him. It was an absolute perfect throw from Cuneo, and Brown will resume his at-bat in the top of the fifth. Rowan Ball. This is the third time this game Rowan Ball has led off an inning. In the first and the second, and now in the fourth. He's about to begin his fourth inning of work, and his first pitch is going to be a called strike. It's shaping up to be a great ball game. The Trojans, a dominant team, just clinging on to a one-run lead here in the ball game. Hall trying to keep things as close as he can. And now timeout. It looks like might have some clarifications on the signs. Johnson and Hall having a quick little discussion before they return to their positions. And the 0-1. Grounded. Foul. 0-2. And see you later. The curveball finds the zone and freezes up ball for out number 1. Three pitch out. The 0-1 curveball way early. And, oh, it's a fair ball! But the home plate umpire was likely looking at it down the line and he had a better view. So it's going to be a double for Dalton Dedman on a very confusing play where the umpire was trying to get out of the way of Dedman. And Dedman narrowly knocking him over on his trip to second. It was down the line. He was very early on it. And it's found its way over the bag. Quinn Guidemore is going to take ball 1. To the shortstop Goaler, who received all the pop-ups in that second inning. Now it's a 1-1 count. And a big swing and another big foul ball down the first base line. Hall, 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Dedman on second with that 1-out double. Now Hall's going to set. And the 1-2. Swing, you. Welcome back to the Wolves baseball broadcast. We're here to just 3 runs. And the pitch is going to be sent to the third baseman, Ball, who's going to throw it in the dirt. And Guidemore can't handle it. Guidemore did a great job. He got a glove on that ball in the dirt. It just popped in and out of his glove. So Hall's going to reach base. The leadoff batsman's aboard for the Wolves. Here's Royce Hall. Hall's 0 for 2 today, looking for his first knock. Pitcher on pitcher matchup. He's going to try to drag bunt. He's going to swing and, well, bunt and miss. 0-1 is the count. Mason Harris waits on deck. 1 runner on, nobody out. Pick off to first. And Dole's got a great move to first. The first baseman Guidemore. Not even having to move his glove to apply the tag. The 0-1, here it is. Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Excuse me. He had the RBI single in the third, and he scored the game-tying run after that balk was called. Harris now. Harris, the best bat to tie up the ball game. The tying run on first, the go-ahead. Oh, he's going to get hit to load the bases. Harris with a very exuberant bat flip. And it looks like a pinch runner, Caden James, is going to be on first. So Andre Lopez had that RBI single as well back in the third. And this is his third time seeing Jack Dole. Couldn't have come with a better time. The bases are loaded. Lopez, the cleanup batsman, with the tables full. The tying run on third and Dylan Brown, the go-ahead run on second and Royce Hall, and the pinch runner with insurance in Caden James at first. The first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. And this is the best chance the Wolves have had all day. Bases loaded with nobody out. Dole sets. And the 0-1 is a called strike, a quick 0-2. Dole pounding the zone. Now he's given himself a little bit of wiggle room to fish around the corners. He has to trust his catcher Cuneo to block anything, though. Here's the 0-2. On the ground to the right side of the field, in front of the second baseman. It's booted. The throw over to first. Safe! And this game is tied. It's Brown who comes around to score the game-tying fourth run. Hall moves to third. Caden James moves to second, and Andre Lopez is on first after reaching on an E4. First pitch to Johnson is fouled away, 0-1. But that's what's exciting about this team, is no scratch and no claw. Right there for strike two. Great pitch from Jack Dole to paint the corners. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still nobody out in this tie ball game. The corners are shaded in. The middle infield is playing at double play depth. On the ground now to the first baseman. The throw is going to go home, and there's out number 1. That's all they'll get. Safe at first is Johnson. So, 1 out for Savon Sam. The bases are loaded. First pitch, a low topper to the third baseman Dole. Excuse me, that's ball. And the out at home is secured. 2 plays at the plate. 2 outs, but the bases are still loaded. That was a great play from Ball, who came. Line drive, 2-hopper to the second baseman Fontana, who secures, tied it up again. It's 4 apiece as we head to the bottom of. That goaler has seen in that position all day. It's the first 6-3 of the day. Everything else has been lineouts or pop-outs. Third at bat against the pitcher, Jack Dole. It feels like his. And it took a hop off the dirt. One thing that we have to mention is this field is very curvaceous. And by that, I mean it's not level. You can see it. So the spectator's viewing angle cuts down into the ground. It almost feels like what I imagine, I've never been, but what's sitting behind home plate at Dodger Stadium would feel like. The field is raised, and it gives you a good view of the field. It's not level. So from third to home, that looks like even ground, but after third base, going into left field down the line, it curves down and then back up again. And that's just the one view I see from here. I can't imagine the various lumps that could be out there. And that's not to discredit the field making abilities of this Trojan High School. It's just this is the literal hand that they were dealt. And they clearly have a home field advantage. They're undefeated on the year so far at home. Here's Matthew Schmeling. After Terrell reaches on a single, he's going to drop a bunt, and it's a beauty. The catcher, Cuneo, has it. The only plays out first, and Terrell, the tying run, is on second. Wow, beautiful execution from Schmeling. Just dropped it right in front of home plate. It was the catcher who picked it up and threw it to first. Whoa, oh, okay. All right, wow, it looks like Landry. Wow, okay, first of all, great throw from the catcher, Cuneo. The back pick to second clearly beat Terrell back to the bag. Landry had no other place to go but where the throw was, and that was in between Terrell and the base. But the umpire says that it was interference, and so they awarded Terrell third base. Even though it was a beautiful throw from the catcher Cuneo and a great tag from Landry, that was the call on the field. So now Terrell is on third. A 1-1 count for Dylan Brown. Outside, 2-1. What an interesting turn of events. I mean, I could see why the umpire would call that. I mean, that's the judgment call. That's the interpretation of the rules. If the defenseman is blocking the path of the runner, trying to get back to the base, there could be some grounds for calling the interference rule. That was what prevented Terrell from returning the second safely, but now another line drive foul off of the bat of Brown. He's done that twice today. just hard line drives down the left field line. And he's just a hair early. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The tying run on third. Dylan Brown in the box. He's scored 2 runs today already. Here it is. Ooh, it's going to hit him. And he's pumped up. So Brown reaches on his second hit by pitch today. That's going to bring up Royce Hall with 2 on and 1 out. And this game is tied off of the bat of Royce Hall. Five apiece. Hall reaches on a fielder's choice. Mason Harris now. Ball 1. Pair of snake eyes for the Wolves, first and third. One ball, 1 strike to Harris. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2 on the off speed. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. And that's out number 2 here in the 6th. So Andre Lopez now. He's got a job to do, trying to take the lead. So the new second baseman for the Petaluma Trojans is jersey number 2, a junior, Aiden Wirtz. So he takes the place of the injured Dominic Fontana, who came out of the game after taking a ground ball to the face. Let's hope he's all right. Andre Lopez now. And trying to induce the rundown. Over at first is Hall. And nothing's going to happen there. They're just trying to goad an errant throw. And Hall's going to try to do it again. Without a doubt. And that's why a pair of snake eyes has to be announced. It's such an unpredictable situation. We'll see. All right. Hall trying to do it again. Hall just standing there, staring at him, waiting for something to happen. There's the throw to second. And Hall is trying to get back to first. Hall isn't quite inducing the rundown. And now they're just kind of standing around, waiting for something to happen. And now he's back on the bag. And we're going to do it again once the pitcher gets back on the mound. And we'll see. Here, we'll see what Hall does now. And so Hall is trying to induce the rundown so that Brown can score from third. And he's doing it again. And they're just going to let him take second. Hall with a stolen base. Slides in safely. All right, second and third now. 2 outs. Andre Lopez with a chance to take the lead with an exclamation mark. It's a tie ball game. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. And this is shaping up to be the game of the season right here. In the dirt, good block by Cuneo to keep Brown at third. 2 balls, no strikes. 5-5 in the top of the 6th. Andre Lopez is in the box. Brown on third, Hall on second. The 2-0. Line drive up the middle, off of the mound and in the center field. Brown scores, Hall to follow, and he's safe. The throw gets away from the catcher, and on to second is Andre Lopez. 7-5, the Wolves lead. It bounced off of the mound. Wow. You don't see that happen too often. And it trickled in the center. Lopez just smashed it, and that's going to be it for Jack Doyle. What an outing from that young man. And it looks like jersey number 8 is going to be stepping onto the field. That's Ben Vollmer, a junior. So Vollmer on the year has a .48 ERA, 1 win, 1 loss in 11 appearances. He also has 1 save on the year. 14 2/3 inning worked. 16 hits surrendered, 7 runs allowed, but only 1 of them was earned. Hence the minuscule ERA. 9 strikeouts on 3 walks. So that's a great ratio. This is a good pitcher. And Noah Johnson is tasked to send in Andre Lopez to cash in a 3rd insurance run. That first pitch is going to be sent foul, and you can see why Vollmer is so tough to hit. He's got sort of a slinging sidearm throw. It almost looks like a cowboy sending a lasso towards the horns of the bull. That's what Vollmer's doing. Now he's going to step off. 0-1 to Noah Johnson after that foul ball. He's reached base twice, but he is 0 for 2. Strikeout in the 2nd, a hit by pitch in the 3rd, and he reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Now he's got a 1-1 count. Vollmer winds and deals, and that one is going to be skied. Who's going to get it? Pendleton is chasing it in, but it's going to be the shortstop Landry in front of him to secure out number 3. The Wolves jump out 7-5 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to the American Canyon Wolves baseball broadcast. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the 7-5, still a seesaw battle, back and forth. So many lead changes and quite the matchup. So leading things off is going to be Dominic Fontana, who did take the hit earlier, and he came out defensively, but you see him here taking his at-bat against Royce Hall. That's always great to see. That young man is still able to play in the game. It rattles you a little bit on the defensive side when you take one off like that, especially on an unpredictable hop. There was no fault to his technique or his credit whatsoever. He's 0 for 2 today, in his third at-bat. And the 1-1 curveball in the air. And it's going to drop in front of Taylor and behind Goaler. It was a good chase. But he's going to reach, and that's his first hit of the day. And now we swing back to the leadoff batsman, Rowan Ball, who reached base in the second. He popped up to the catcher in the first and struck out in the fourth. Now it looks like a meeting on the mound. And that's going to be it for Royce Hall, who really should be proud of his performance today. He exits the game with the lead, and now coming in to pitch is Dylan Brown. So Dylan Brown on the mound for the Wolves. He's done an excellent job on the year. He's got a record of 2-1, a 3.5 ERA in 7 appearances. He started 3 games and even had a complete game on the year with 2 saves. So he's really come in any type of situation. 16 innings pitched. He's got 19 strikeouts on 2 walks. So just immaculate control and 8 earned runs surrendered on the year.
Once again, number 3, Rowan Ball.
So it's going to be Rowan Ball who's tasked to face off against the new pitcher. He's got a runner on, nobody out, and this Petaluma offense could quickly turn things around. Brown doing his best to keep it close. First one narrowly misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Pick off to first, just to keep Fontana honest. And Fontana's got proof that he played from his chest to his knees. The run-o slide step is low, 2-0. Brown sets, and the 2-0 in the air, right side of the field. Schmeling looks to be charging in on it, and Schmeling secures out number 1. Great play from the right fielder. Charging in on it, he had to come a long way for that one. But with Schmeling out there, most pitchers can rest assured. Dalton Deadman has reached base in every at-bat today. He scored the first run back in the first, and he hit a double in the fourth. He hit that double that was down the line, and he almost hit the field umpire who was trying to get into position to see the throw at second. Got a 1-0 count, and that's low, 2-0. No, Brown still finding the zone, but you can count on him not to walk anyone, at least egregiously. And the 2-0. Right down Broadway, 2-1, right on cue. Brown sets. And the slide step pitch fouled away, 2-2. Oh, that one came back angrily. It bounced off of a brick wall and it bounced towards the spectators, unassumingly, towards the back of their heads. That's never fun. Gladly it didn't hit anyone, but everyone's a little rattled in that section now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away with 1 on. Dylan Brown is going to induce a foul ball. 2-2. Low tapper to the second baseman. Excuse me. The shortstop, Goler, who flips it to the second baseman, Hall, and they get the lead runner. That was a great play by Cole Goler. There was no other play he could have made. The ball was hit a little too softly to be able to turn 2, and they get the lead runner for 1. Now, he was at a sort of a weird angle for him to take it himself, so it's understandable why he made the flip. So 2 away with 1 strike for August Cuneo. It's Fontana who is going to be assigned to out number 2. It was a 6-4 for those of you keeping score. And Deadman reaches on a fielder's choice. Little jam shot. Goler has it. Girl is going to have to hurry. Safe! Tough play. Goler's just been getting all these tough plays all day. And he stayed with it as best as he could. It's just that the ball was hit, again, a little too softly. Goler had to field it not even behind the pitcher's mound, but closer to where second base should have been. But his momentum was taking him in the first. That's why he got there first. And it's going to be an infield single for Cuneo. Moving the second is Deadman. This is Quinn Guidemore in his 4th appearance at the plate. He's going to foul that one off. 0-1. Swing and a miss. And that's going to end the top Welcome back to the American Canyon Wolves baseball broadcast. We're here in the top of the 7th in the 7-5 ball game that the American Canyon Wolves are leading. Here is Savon Sam in his 4th plate appearance today. He's reached base twice, trying to go for a 3rd. First at bat against Ben Vollmer, and that pitch is a loopy curveball in there for strike 1. Vollmer really has such a deceptive delivery. It can be hard to pick up. Again, he's pitching right at 90 degrees. And that's going to hit Sam. The leadoff batsman is aboard. What's the 5th hit by pitch today for the Wolves alone? They'll gladly take it. Here's Cole Goller. Goller's having himself a day defensively. He reached on an infield single offensively in the 4th. He's 1 for 3, trying to go 2 for 4. He patiently takes ball 1. But Goller has not had an easy time on the field. He has been getting a whole assortment of tough plays, and he's really been showing off his athleticism. The 1-0, right on the corner for strike 1. And boy, is he fun to watch at shortstop. He's really moved over. Well, I should say Dylan Brown has moved over to the second base towards the end of the season to give Goller more looks at short, and he's going to be very fun to watch when he returns for the 2026 season. The field and landed in his 2nd hit of the day. He's 2 for 4. Moving the 2nd to Savon Sam. Here's Matthew. Soft serve frisbee. Strike 2. It's one of the fun things about baseball. There's no wrong way to throw the ball. If the ball makes it over the plate, it doesn't matter how you did it. Vollmer is a perfect example of that. Now welcome back to the American Canyon Wolves baseball broadcast. We're here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Wolves lead by 2. It's 7-5 as the Trojans are going to send up Arlo Pendleton.
Number 18, Arlo Pendleton.
So Dylan Brown comes to mind as the UPS slogan. What can Brown do for you? Well, wow.
Number 8, Ben Vollmer.
Great play from Matthew Schmaling. That was just stunning what he's able to do out there and right. That ball was well struck by Pendleton. Again, that 6'4" length really helps him get around and get a good swing off. And Schmaling wrestling with it, going left, going right, not really knowing where it was going to go. And eventually having to meet the ball just inches off the ground. Secures out number 1. If the leadoff batsman gets aboard, that's dangerous because this Petaluma Trojan team, they've tied this game up multiple times. Now there's another well-struck ball, and that's going to drop for a base hit in front of Savon Som in center field. So James Dole, who started this game, still producing, is on first with a single. It's a nice little bookend to his day. He's 2 for 4. He started his day with a single back in the first, and now he's going to end his day with a single here in what is presumably his last at bat. Here's Jack Pattison. Pattison has a single in the first, and that's it. He's 1 for 3. The designated hitter, jersey number 36. Righty on righty matchup, takes ball 1. Brown looking in, getting his sign. Now he sets at the belt. The runner on first with a small lead. The high leg kick, and there is, a very narrow ball 2. I guess the height of Pattison has to be taken into consideration. Now there's a ground ball. The second baseman, Hall, who boots it. He's going to go to 1, and that's going to be it. It was a chance for 2, but he was moving to first. So it would have been a tough turn either way. Either way, the Wolves are now down to 1 pitch, possibly ending this win. Great play from Hall to stay with it and still get the out at first. That's the type of play where it could easily just slip away from you. Here is Ryan Landry. First pitch, strike 1. Low topper, third base side, foul. And the Trojans are down to their last strike. Ground ball to the right side. Hall has it. And there it is. The American Canyon Wolves have defeated the Petaluma Trojans in stunning fashion in a game where you didn't know who was going to win. Back to back, the lead changes, the game-tying home runs from the Trojans and the game-tying clutch hits from the Wolves. This was an exciting matchup that they're going to remember for a long, long time. 7-5 is the final score here in Petaluma. Stay tuned. This is game 1 of a 2-game series. The next game will be on Thursday as these Trojans will visit the American Canyon Wolves. So the first pitch will be set for 4 p.m. Again, my name was Coach Rasal. A big thank you to Cole's Chop House, American Canyon Orthodontics, and Jennifer B. Harris Realty for your support of the American Canyon Wolves broadcast. We'll see you on the next one.